Hi, everybody. I'm David Aferiat, and I'm with Afshin Moshrefi, and we're in the green room or after hours room from a successful lunch and learn that we did last week, talking about seasonality analytics, um, an incredible, important tool and approach to getting to a better trading and investment decision. Afshin, why don't you give us a quick rundown of seasonal analytics, the way that you've created and applied it?
Sure. TradeWave is one of a kind seasonal analytics platform. It is a research platform that allows uh, investors and traders to go into the data and find when and where in the year certain securities have performed consistently. It's something that's along the line of something that everybody's heard about, Santa Claus rally or um, January effect or sell in May and go away. Those are seasonal cliches, but nobody's ever seen anything or any way of what does this mean or how can I use it? With TradeWave, you can see exactly how these cliches actually perform. It becomes real.
It becomes a timed event, essentially. You can almost time the market.
You can, it's actually exactly built to time the market. Everybody's heard you can't time the market, and I absolutely agree. You can't time the market if you don't have TradeWave.
If you don't
TradeWave,
have the data.
yeah, if TradeWave gives you superpowers on the top of fundamental and technical analysis in order to be able to time the market. Each of those um, technical and fundamental analysis gives you certain advantages, but what TradeWeight gives is something literally a superpower on top of that. You will have insights that you wouldn't have otherwise.
So is this replacing fundamentals or technical analysis? Talk a little bit about how this fits
Oh,
in with.
no, not at all. I mean, you can use TradeWave to build a trading strategy around it, but the best way to do it is to use your own current investment and trading strategy, then use TradeWave in order to enhance it. One of my early users who was a hedge fund manager, after doing a exhaustive multi-month test, came back and said, I was able to improve my outcome by 20%, and that is unheard of in the industry
Right.
because of additional insights that he got. He didn't change his strategy. He just used TradeWave to make it better.
Right. To get timing down and to get to understand when the trend is your friend, essentially. So I'm going to extend on
Exactly.
this point. We look at seasonal analytics and trade waves data in particular. Um, how to use this? In my experience, it's with anything that you might use in terms of a regular technical indicator, like a 200-day moving average. You would start with, what does the industry look like? What's a broad index look like according to the 200-day moving average? And then you would drill down. You would say, what sectors are doing well relative to the 200-day moving average, and then what particular issues, what particular stocks. So I think in using seasonal analytics, the approach is the same. We start with the broad indices, we go into a sector, and then we find what stocks are actually timed with the wave that we see, that is backed up by history and backed up by the highest probabilities of recurring again, as it has in the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Let's look into the tool option and show us what this looks like on a broad index, looking at, let's say, the SPX. So we're going to show
It's
what
good.
TradeWave's data looks like as it looks at the SPX across the following timeline, which fascinates me, which is over the last 50, 40 years. But furthermore, during the time frame of the first presidential year of after an election. And it happens to draw your attention to the bottom chart. That's where we'll start. This gray chart is a series of dates that go from October rather, all the way to the following October. And the grayed area is the wave that we're looking at over the net that comes upon us starting October, what is that, 27th?
This
October
one's
20,
October 27th. I picked that date because I
it's the
call that
low point.
a historical date. So this trend chart that you're looking at is the average of all the years that we are analyzing right now, which right now we're doing a presidential election plus 1 years. So you see the years are 4 years apart. I am able to also analyze all 97 years one at a time. And as you can see, that bottom point is the same. But right now we want to look at PE plus 1 year.
That's right. This is the first year of the presidency after the election. And what we're seeing is something that's repeated at the October 27th, literally within every 4 years.
Right. I
And
can also click this button, by the way, and actually put this in a way that it starts from beginning of the year to the end of the year.
sure,
Uh, it's just another way of looking at the same exact chart.
right. So this is the broad sector, excuse me, not even sector. This is the broad market wave, which is literally like the equivalent of being able to say, go sell in May and go away. But this is like load up in October. It's going to be a, however, whatever you'd rhyme with October, move over. But so from the broad index, let's go to a sector. Let's do a drill down to the next level. What sector in here do we want to confirm within
Let's
this?
look at the transportation average. I already have it saved in a portfolio, so I'm just going to load it up.
Okay.
On
So
the
we,
Dow Jones transportation average, the same exact date range we're looking at and presidential election plus 1 year.
yep,
As you can see, we only have data from 1989 in
yep,
here. So we're looking at each of these years are 4 years apart, the same as SPX when we looked at. And as you can see, average gain was 9.1%. And the date range that we're looking at is, let me just point out to it right there. This is the date range
sure.
right there.
From now
And
until the end of
27
the
to
year.
end of the year.
Yeah, fascinating. And the lighter shades versus the heavier shade is the maximum positive impact that it had and where it closed, essentially. Is that right?
Exactly. The dark green part is if you bought it at the start date and you sold it at the end date, is the dark green part, and the light green part is the extent of the move. So this is the maximum move during this period of time. So as you can see in 2021, the gain was 4.8% from beginning to the end, but it also moved an additional 11.25% before it came back down and closed up 4.8%.
Good job. All right. So we've done the broad market, we've done a sector. Let's continue down this path inside the transport. And what, uh, what,
So let's look at
if I
the
were trading
airline.
this on October 27th, where would I be looking?
Let's take a look at an airline, which would be in Dow Jones Transportation. Here is, I have Southwest here. Look at that. Southwest since 1973 has been positive, going all the way to 2017. In 2021, it closed down 8%. So
Nice.
it's worked all these years, but in 2021, they had trouble. 2021 was at the heat of the COVID.
Oh, right.
So this did not hold in 2021.
Makes sense.
Here's another one. I have CSX. CSX held. They are also a part of Dow Jones Transportation, and we have more data. Since 1981, this period
Hmm.
of October 27th to end of the year has been positive every single PE plus 1 year since 1981,
Wow.
with an average of 8.89%. And that's the dark, this average is the dark green part.
Wow. Wow. Well, Afshin, let's hold it there because that's amazing. And October 27th, folks, the start of a great wave, and how to find future ones can be found within TradeWave. Where do we want to send people to, Afshin?
Well, you can go to TradeWave.ai and get and sign up for a free account, and there's quite a bit that you can access in there. You can also go to tradewave.ai/webinars and sign up to see one of our webinars. I go into details on that one. And if you have any, if you need to contact me directly, you can contact me at afshin@tradewave.ai.
Sure. Or I'm sure we can also reach out to you via LinkedIn, which is what I
Oh,
encourage you to
LinkedIn
do.
is actually preferable.
Okay. So LinkedIn, at both to reach out to Afshin as well as reach out to me. My name is David Aferiat. I'm a fintech executive who's grown software companies for over 20 years. And I love to work with companies that have a growth mindset and their leadership teams to reach their fullest potential. You can reach me as well at LinkedIn, at David Aferiat, or Afshin Moshrefi as well. Thanks. And we'll have more conversations about what waves and what trends and what timing coming up in future editions.